The role of the artist is to transcend the given wisdom, the word of the establishment, what is handed down by the government. And it's the job of the artist to transcend that, to think outside the boundaries, to dare to say things that no one else will say.
We are artists in the time of war. This ain't a song, it's a call to arms. Bring them all, knives to fire bombs, whatever your firearms. I want a million-man march, AR-15s on shoulders of all of my soldiers. Power to the people, you see. Or I can bring my people to the powers that be, where I could just reach you at home, but I'll surely not greet you alone. I want free-thinking revolutionaries that refuse to bury their rights due to every government oversight at night. Y'all are glued to the tube, eating up the news like fast food, like every soldier killed is glad to. Every single bill's to tax you, every single bill's just past due. Steady phone calls harass you while the national debt's around 14 figures, but I figure ain't nobody calling them pointing fingers.
According to the Declaration of Independence, governments are artificial creations. Governments are set up by the people of the country to achieve certain objectives, the equality of all people in their right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And when the government becomes destructive of those ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it.
I want my government to fear me, flag me, watch list, try and gag me, V for vendetta, black bag me. I intend to marry my right to bear arms and militia mentality. Rally me and mine and move on behind enemy lines. With every line I'm like Tiananmen, Kent State. My sentiments and my contemporaries, they're just temporarily dead weight, way beyond local PD. It's a fed case to justify killing. You're considered a head case. Imply we're villains and you're living in dead space. I mean blackball publicly, your patriotism's erased, character defaced like stars at last calls as drunk scrawl. Witty one-liners that our city's finest citizens are eating fine dinners in, slipping in back doors and killing them slow. For such a rich country, we got little to show.
Because as soon as you speak outside the boundaries, as soon as you say things that are different than what the establishment is telling you to say, what the newspapers, what the media, what everybody, including leading intellectuals, are telling you to say, as soon as you do that, the question of your patriotism arises.
I don't condone flying planes into two buildings, but I understand kids shooting school children. Why? Cause I've reached that level myself when everyone else starts to look like the devil himself. It doesn't help. Every day they portray foreigners as catalysts to coroners and killers. Like every Muslim born is suicide bombing his village and raping and pillaging on till freedom is gone. That sells stickers and t-shirts, but kids back from war a year later, you can stick them in deep earth. I got a message for politicians, I'm polishing my weapons and mission to be abolishing their posh living, like shooting fish in a barrel, glistening, pistols carrying on like Maryland, Christmas caroling. Gone are those days, y'all ain't reap what you sow, cause the last thing you'll see is my muzzle flash glow.
It's important to remember that all of us, whatever we do, have the right to make moral decisions about the world, and it takes only a little bit of history to realize how dangerous it is to think that the people who run the country know what they're doing. And you need some history to see that the United States has behaved in the world like other imperial nations in the world. It's not surprising. We have to be honest about our country. If we're going to be anything, if there's anything an artist should be, if it's anything a citizen should be, is to be honest, to be able to look at yourself, to look at your country as honestly and as clearly as you look at what people do elsewhere. And just as you can examine the terrible things that people do elsewhere, you have to be willing to examine the terrible things that were done here and done by our government. War is good for business. Invest your son.
Avengers Radio, I'm your host, DC the Midi Alien, still on board with you. Yo, these phone lines been really lighting up, man. We got my man John Hope repping Rhode Island on the line. Yo, Hope, thanks for the call, homie.
Hey, what up? Am I on?
Yeah, you on the air, dog? What's good?
Word. Hey, this is John Hope. I want to give a big shout out to my homie DC. I'm tuned in, man. I'm listening to Avengers Radio, man. You got me amped up, man. You got me amped up.
Word, I'm hyped too, man. I mean, me and Trademark just kidnapped this dude. Had to do it, man. We ain't really hurt him. We ain't hurt you, right? Alright, that's enough. So, yo, John, you got a request, homie?
I need you guys to shed some light to address what's going on right now. This recession got everybody fucked up. Can I curse?
Yeah, man, you can curse. I think the FCC is pretty much the last thing we really got to be concerned about at this point.
Word, this shit got everybody fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I mean, mean, you gotta take out a loan to buy gas now, you know what I'm saying? And what's going on with this oil stuff kind of makes you wonder, man, if these actions are malicious intent.
I think a lot of hardworking, intelligent Americans feel the same way, man. That's why I'm happy we collaborated on this recession joint, man.
Word.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna drop that right now. Yo, John, you got any shouts, man?
Shout outs to you guys, man. Make sure I want to get shout out to everybody in Providence, too, man. You better have me on, man. I want to hear myself.
Yo, this next track is John Hope featuring my man LB, Recession, on Avengers Radio. Stay tuned, y'all.